Gauteng Finance MEC Lebogang Maile has just wrapped up his update on the registration process in the province. And all of this, of course, is part of ongoing efforts to ensure there's compliance to health and safety regulations following President Cyril Ramaphosa's directive that all of these local stores should be registered. He, of course, was speaking in response to a spate of suspected food contamination cases across the country. SABC News reporter Hasina Gori attended that update with the MEC in Gauteng and joins us now live from Bramley. And I suppose, Hasina, we finally got an opportunity to gauge how far this update can go for a province like Gauteng.
Yes, and as we spoke before, there was a lot of questions around the updates and how many of the Spaza shops were actually reached within the province, as well as what were some of the plans and interventions that had been put into place. We got a sense of what's been happening. One of the big come-outs from this specific briefings was that the number rose from 13,000 Spaza shops that had been, seen to now 25,000 Spaza shops that were reached just within the province. These who had been given application forms was about 21,000. But we also got an insight with regards to the health inspectors that will be going out into the different areas and inspecting those Spaza shops, as well as how they responded to that extension. But to get more on this, I want to bring in Acting Gauteng Premier Lebogang Maile. Thank you for speaking to us. I want to start with, we heard Cocktail Minister yesterday giving that extension, moving the deadline now to the end of February. Do you think that this is enough time for those Spaza shop owners to get all that documentation that they need? There was complaints from them that it is quite a tedious process and that they were having some challenges with getting all the documentation.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you and the viewers at home. It is more than enough, because you remember the President started with 21 days. Now it's extended to end of February. And I'm sure any person who's serious about running a Spaza shop, once the President made an announcement, they had started looking for whatever documentation that's needed. They've started to try and put their things into order and all that. So it's not like they are starting from scratch. And you can't want to be in business and not want to comply and do things properly. You will not grow. So it is also in the best interest of those who are doing business that they must comply. It will help them to run their own businesses properly and they can make profit. Because if you are disorganized and you don't want to comply, you will also not run your business properly.
When we spoke last week, the number of Spaza shops that the Gauteng government had reached was about 13,000. It rose to 25,000. Are we getting a better sense of how many Spaza shops are actually running within the province, in the different regions, and getting a better sense of this entire industry?
We're getting there. We are happy. I mean, we've reached about 25,000. More than 10,000 have resubmitted, or rather submitted their forms. And that helps to create a database. And of course, there's still many others out there who have not responded because they think they will not be caught, or they just don't qualify, they're doing illegal things. And that's why it's important that we have outreach programs. We go out to verify once we have this information to be able to ensure that we get as much information as possible.
You mentioned the outreach programs, and you also mentioned the health inspectors, and we know that this process is only at step one, which is the application forms. What happens now? Can you talk to us through what is the Gauteng government going to do once 28th of February comes and goes? What's next?
Well, we won't wait for the 28th of February. We will start earnestly. We agreed in a meeting with our municipalities that those application forms that have been received must be processed, and it depends on the type of applications. It will take anything between end of January and end of March, according to the information we received from the municipalities, to process all the applications at their disposal now. And we have implored them to try and move with speed.
Before I let you go, can you just give us a sense of the number of those Spaza shops that have already been registered, have already gone through that process and got a certification?
Well, there's not many. That's why in the statement we're saying it's only Kuruleni that had reported 23 people who have gone through all the processes. The more than 10,000 we have its applications, and about 25,000 have taken forms. They've not returned them, and we hope more will get forms and more will return the forms.
Thank you so much. That's Acting Gauteng Premier Lebogang Maile speaking to us here outside that briefing where he gave us an update with regards to the numbers of these Spaza shops that were reached, the numbers of applications, where the process is, and we'll continue to monitor the story. But for now, I end up back to you in studio.
Hasina Gori reporting live to us there from Bramley in Johannesburg. Thanks very much indeed.